I think the fact that a lot of you came up through this scene, you kind of just, it just naturally, it felt like it just comes to you. You know, I mean, just the type of songs that you're writing. It's not forced.
No, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not.
I mean,
It's not forced and it's not pretentious. It's we're not trying to do too much. Like I said, it always goes back to the song, but it's always about the song. You know what I mean? I mean, we're
yeah,
not trying to do.
kind
We're
of,
not trying to be like your neoclassical prog, thrash, death, techno, hard, heavy, whatever. Dude, it's old school thrash. That's what we do. That's what we've been
the
doing.
blueprint is pretty solid. So like
Yeah.
if you kind of stick with that blueprint and yet still innovate off of it, you can, that I think that's what really was interesting for a lot of people. I mean, we've heard a lot of response from it, and it's all been, you know, for the most part, really positive, which is tremendous, you know. But there's no secret to it. It's kind of like an old school blueprint, but we bring a lot of really interesting improvisation to it, which keeps it fresh. And
And
that's
musical.
kind of a good way to explain it, kind of without getting too detailed into it. What do you
Yeah.
think, Rick?
I think there's it's a lot of thrash going on, but there's also adds. It's very melodic at times, and it's musical. It's just
Yeah,
musical.
musical. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the melody's there everywhere. I mean,
Yeah,
somewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
it comes out even with the bass. Like Tom
Oh, dude,
Gears is
let's talk about
phenomenal
Tom
at
Gears for a
throwing
minute.
down little melody bass lines that honestly, once he puts them down, and like, you know, I'll be practicing or something, and I'll just have the drums up real loud and one guitar. It's like suddenly there's no bass or vocals because I'm just listening to what I want to do so I can lock in and rehearse a part or something. And it's like, whoa, where's that melody? Oh, I got to turn the bass back up again. You know?
Yeah.
Tom is so amazing. He's literally like one of the premier bass players in this whole Bay Area as far as metal goes. He's just a beast.
Yeah,
Have you had any? Have you guys thought about playing any shows yet, or anything along those lines with this?
Oh, less than 3 weeks. Our record release is at the DNA in San Francisco, July 19th. And we are super excited. We couldn't be more excited. Everything's going as planned. We're just blessed.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing kind of came about relatively quickly. Around January, we decided that we were gonna, like, you know, proceed. I mean, at first it was, like I said, it was supposed to kind of be some sort of a solo album, you know. But then the guys expressed a lot of interest in taking it out live and wanting to actually play shows. So I said, fine, that's great, let's do it, you know. So we got the name figured out, and then we started trying to figure out exactly how to proceed with the whole thing, and we figured we would like finish this record and put it out, and then get some PR behind it and push it hard onto radio and so on, which all was part of the plan. It got a little bit tight because we needed to get it all finished in time to do the show.
Yeah.
But we still pulled it off. It wasn't too hard. I have a lot of experience like meeting deadlines, so it wasn't the end of the world.
Yeah, the band name itself, you know, a lot of the lyrical themes behind the songs. Well, the lyrical themes behind the songs are a little bit obvious, at least for me. But, you know, talk about coming up with the band name, and then, you know, how that came about, and maybe some of the lyrical themes to these songs.
If you've ever tried to come up with a band name for a band, you will rip your hair out for months and months and months and months, back and forth with bandmates trying to figure out a good name. So look, this is how we did it. We did that exact thing, but then we stumbled on Nefarious, and we're like, you know what, dude? Everybody, of course, gets on the phone and goes, well, there's 72,000 other Nefariouses, and we're like, dude, okay. But none of them are active except for one that we know of, who's this rap guy, who's really good. You know what I mean? And he's still active, and we're like, dude, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it and see what happens. So,
And be honest about it.
and be honest about it. So that's where we're at now. And to not get mixed up in the like the whole finding Nefarious on streaming sites, we actually added an SF. So it separated us from everybody else in the internet world. You know what I mean? So if you look up Nefarious, it's Nefarious SF.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
that,
you'll see right away that there's variances here and there. And the SF will always bring you right back to solid ground, which is, it's not really that hard to find. But I
Sure.
mean, we just have got a lot of push and a lot of great response from the singles so far, and so we're just kind of like being chill and working with it and letting the thing kind of grow naturally, not artificially pushing it too hard or doing, just like forcing it down, just it's kind of being reasonable about just letting it build like a natural growth process. It's and,
almost
works pretty well.
almost like the old days without the internet, huh, Doug?
Well, oh God, I don't know, man. I don't know if I agree with that.
The
I mean,
grass.
suffering with the tapes and suffering with all the mail. Come on. I mean, Jesus Christ. It turned out mailing lists became gold back then, like everybody wanted everybody's mailing list.
Well, I did go to Metallica a couple of days ago and flyer like 300 flyers in the parking lot. That was cool.
That was awesome. That was old school. Now
that was actually a lot of work, dude.
Why was it a lot of work? You probably was easy, just stood there and handed them out.
No. I was running all over the place, but it was interesting.
Really?
Because it was interesting because a lot of people would want a flyer, but then I'd run across people that weren't interested in the flyer at all, and that kind of surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, I had to be honest.
Really?
There was people that were like, no, I'm cool, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. Well then I just need to just not get my feelings hurt. Just go about my business.
You could have dropped one off to Metallica.
It was interesting. Nah, dude, I don't.
That's another story.
I went as a total fan. Went as a total fan. That's it. Period. I'm not trying to get backstage at Metallica or try to. I'm over that shit.
Yeah, I gotcha. Hey, everybody. Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video. And if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.